So I just picked up the brand new iPhone 17 and I'm about to test it out with my critical eye as a photographer. Basically, I'm not here to pixel peep or run any charts. I just want to share what it really is like to shoot with it and whether this feels like an actual step forward in photography or just another one of them shiny Apple gimmicks. Now, the truth is, I've been a professional photographer for years and I've taken some really good photos with just smartphone cameras in the past. So I'm genuinely curious what this camera can deliver, the iPhone 17. As you can see, I went with the trend and picked up the Cosmic Orange, but before you get all on my ass being like, oh, you're just chasing blah blah blah, whatever you're gonna say, then, as you can see, my car is orange, my beanie is orange, my freaking beard is orange, and my pants, and also my hair is also orange. I mean, what can I say? I like orange, you know? Maybe I should just change my name here on this platform to that orange guy. And by the way, this footage that you're looking at is filmed with his new iPhone. It's actually the wide-angle lens, but this channel is not about videography. We're gonna check what it can do for us photographers. Now, I'm not gonna lie, there are a few things that really excites me about this little device. For the starters, this 8x zoom that we now have with decent quality is something that I think is pretty sick. Also, I'm really looking forward to trying out this wide-angle lens that this phone is equipped with. Now, prior to this phone, I was using the iPhone 14. So I'm actually expecting quite the leap, or what do you say, quite the upgrade to pretty much everything. So if you feel like your boy here is a little bit too excited, then it's not because I'm an Apple fanboy, I'm actually kind of not. Then it's just because it's probably an insane upgrade, you know? Insane is probably overselling it, a little YouTube lingo here. It's probably quite the upgrade. That's a more moderate way of describing it. Let's check it out, you know? Alright, so here I have the camera, and as you can see, we have 0.5, the wide-angle lens, 1, 2x, 4x, and 8x, all with pretty good quality. One thing I found a little bit cool is that when you switch to the 8x, you see up in the left corner, you get these pictures which shows you where in the image you're zooming into. Is this useful? I don't know, but it's a little bit cool, you know. Now, the phone that I'm upgrading from, as I said before, is the iPhone 14 Pro Max. I think this is a great phone and I actually bought it a year old, used. And when it comes to Android phones, I've pretty much tried and used everything under the sun, from LG to Samsung, Huawei, and a lot of Sony Xperia. I actually used to work a ton with Sony Xperia, and I think some of you guys might know that I used to make a lot of video with them, and this year I didn't. And I did get a few comments from people asking, where is your Xperia video? And the reason I didn't do one is because I didn't want to, because I'd been using an iPhone. And if I'm not using a product 100% as my everyday thing, I'm not gonna get or say yes to getting paid for promoting it. I can't do that, you know. So what's probably my best tip of shooting and capturing proper photos with a smartphone, that would be to underexpose your photos. And the reason you do this is because you want to protect your highlights. It's much easier in post-production to retrieve information in the highlights than in the shadows. And if you blow out your highlights, it's very hard to recover them. Now the trick is then to just figure out how far can you underexpose your photos. On my camera I know, and on my smartphones I know as well. On this one I'm figuring it a little bit out, but underexposing, my friend, and you're gonna get very nice shots. The reason I got this is because I am a professional photographer and a content creator, and I thought that it was kind of time right now. You see, I rely a ton on my phone for my work. Not necessarily for photography, but it's really nice if a phone can be your secondary camera. And I think this might actually be it. Let's see, and only time will tell. But more importantly for me is to create content. To be able to whip it out and take photos that are good enough or even actually pretty damn sick. And also the video capabilities. A lot of the B-roll and things that I need are just taking up a phone and filming because it's so convenient. And I don't have to haul this big camera out. I can just do some stuff with only my phone. And I've been looking at the photos and the videos I've been creating now and taking, and to my eye, on this small screen, it looks pretty damn good. By the way, one thing that I really like, and I think this was introduced in the iPhone 16, but it's not on the 14 that I had, is this little button right here. You can use it as a shutter button, which I like. On my Xperia that I used prior buying the 14, then you had this. And I like this because it feels a little bit more like a camera. You just take it and use it like this. Is it a gimmick? A little bit, but a pretty nice little gimmick, you know. Now, I think a question a lot of people ask themselves
is, could this replace a camera? Could this be your main camera? For sure, but if you're serious about photography, then I don't think so. If you're truly serious and passionate about photography, this is not gonna be it. And you would like a full frame system or APC system, or at least a system with an interchangeable lenses where you can change lenses and all that good stuff. But could it be a secondary camera? Hell yes, like 100%. But one thing that I wish is a little viewfinder. Now, I don't know if I'm old school or whatnot, but I like when I'm taking photos to line it up with my eyes right here. Now, had this had a viewfinder, I think it would be pretty cool. Would it make the phone a little bit more clunky? I don't know, but you Apple engineers, you have a lot of money. Figure out some sort of viewfinder, and I think that would be a really enjoyable experience, you know?
By the way, all of the photos that you're seeing in this video are all edited with my mobile preset pack that is specifically made for smartphone photos. This is what I personally use to edit every single one of the photos that I shoot with a smartphone, and I think it's pretty good. You can find it for a little money in the description down below, but better yet, you can also find my master bundle, which is basically all of my digital products worth a few $100 bundled into one pack that you can get for less than $100. This is a great deal, and I'm not sure how much longer I will run this bundle offer, and you can find that as well in the description down below.
Alright, so welcome back to the editing cave. Here is where I, feel the best. Windows closed down in the dark, just looking at photos. And I've been looking a little bit at the photos from the iPhone 17 Pro Max. But in my opinion, I'm of course pretty impressed. I'm coming from the old iPhone 14, and before that I was using some older Android version. And I mean, I'm always a bit amazed how far the camera technology has come in photos in smartphones in general. With that being said, every time that I get a new equipment, especially smartphones, because they're so hyped and there's so much hype around them, and these companies are so good at creating this fear of missing out, this FOMO feeling, that every time I buy myself a new camera or new iPhone, I'm really excited, take it out of the box, and I'm like, oh yes, of course, it's just another phone. A really fucking expensive phone, matter of fact. And what I want to say with that is that I don't think anybody has to upgrade just for the sake of it. I mean, for the price, I live in Sweden, we have 25% VAT. I paid $2,000+ for this phone right here. It's ridiculous. You can buy a really good camera and a lens for that money. So if you're getting this thinking, yeah, I'm gonna get this for the cameras just because of that, no bueno in my opinion. But as a sick supercomputer that also has phone capabilities, so you can like call off it and all that, I know it's pretty sick. Also with a camera, then I think it's pretty good. And I know that I've just been testing it out now for a few hours. I mean, it's super sunny outside, so I'm just like playing around with it a little bit. But I can already feel that this could be an excellent secondary camera. Of course, it's not gonna replace my big cameras or some other cameras that I use to capture my main photos, but we always carry these devices with us anywhere we go. And having great cameras on your phone is fantastic if you're as obsessed with photography as me. I read a post from my buddy Gareth. His Instagram is @withgar, and he's been playing around with his iPhone 17 Pro Max for like 1 or 2 weeks now. And the photos he's been capturing with this are absolutely fantastic. I'll throw them up here. Really, really good. And in his post, he was saying that he's actually feeling that it's replacing his smaller point and shoot cameras that he used to carry with him, because he's just so impressed by the photo capabilities. However, I must admit, I'm really excited to try it out more, especially in a lot of different lighting conditions, and really putting it to some serious test. Then I feel like I have a good understanding of what it can actually do. But until then, you might be sitting there wondering to yourself, what is actually the best camera for us beginners to pick in this day and age? Well, I broke it down exactly in this video right here.